these are the four teams favorited, the most favorited to go ahead and win the NBA title. You get the Nets there. No Kyrie. We'll get into that here in a second. Going up against the reigning champs, the Bucks. And then after that, the Warriors looking to get back to that championship caliber, going up against the Lakers with their new big three, and LeBron, AD, Russell Westbrook there. They are favorited at home. Rip, when it comes to the end of the postseason, toward the end of the postseason, are these four teams your final four teams?
I like them. I really do, Amanda. The only question mark that I have is the Golden State Warriors, because one, they have to be healthy. Klay Thompson got to come back, and he has to be the Klay Thompson of old. We seen Steph Curry last year play at an elite level, MVP level, and still not be able to get this team to the NBA Finals. I would probably say the Los Angeles Clippers is another team that can be there, but it all depends on Kawhi Leonard. I hear that he's going to try to come back this season, and if they can get him back this season, just signed Reggie Jackson back. I think this team can get back, even though I've been saying it for the last 2 years that this team, I believe that this team should have came out the West. If this team is healthy, I'll put them right up there with the top four teams.
The Bucks trying to run it back. They get their rings tonight, but I want to focus on Giannis here. Finally able to get that title there to add to his already very full trophy case. When it comes to him and this season looking forward, give us your expectations of him and him just trying to cement his name even further into the record books.
Well, Amanda, you look at it right there. A guy that was already MVP of the regular season, most improved, defensive player of the year, finals MVP, and he's done all this before he turned 26 years old. So this is incredible. But the one thing that I love about Giannis Antetokounmpo, I always watch him in the All-Star game, right? Because the All-Star game, you guys don't really have to show up, especially guys that's going to play deep into the playoffs. Sometimes guys come to that game and say, all right, you know what, I'm going to rest during this weekend because I know it's going to be a long season. But Giannis always comes out with the effort. He always plays hard. So my expectation of him coming into this season is to still work on his craft, add new wrinkles to his game. The one thing that I've been seeing him work on, especially in the preseason, is the medium range game. I thought if he can perfect that, especially knowing that you've seen the success of Devin Booker, Kawhi Leonard, guys, especially in the playoffs, that was able still to operate and play really well in the playoffs. I think that if he adds that in his game, which is showed, especially in the in the preseason, that he's been working on that. Another thing, him making quick decisions out of the post. I thought he's made that adjustment in the preseason, also on the floor. So I don't think this guy is a guy that's just going to settle, come out and have a championship hangover and come out and relax for the first couple games. I just believe that this kid right here wants to be great. And it showed just in his development year in and year out.
I don't think that's in his DNA whatsoever to just relax at all for Giannis there. Let's talk about the Nets, of course, dealing with this Kyrie situation. Not playing right now at all until he can be a full participant. That would mean getting the vaccine, being able to play in home games there in New York. Do you see this situation getting resolved? And if not, can the Nets make the finals without him?
Well, I do. It's a lot of money on the table. When you're talking about over $30 million, listen, guys, at one point in time, you got to scratch your head if it's Kyrie's father, if it's a close friend. I do think that Kai comes back. Do I think that they can win without him? Yes. If James Harden wasn't so banged up last year in the playoffs, I do think they really had a good chance of him and KD carrying this team and getting them to the NBA Finals. But when you have a guy like Kyrie on your squad, I think that solidifies it. I do think that this team was the team to beat last year. If it wasn't for injuries, I do think that they would have made it to the NBA Finals. If Kyrie comes back this year, I do think they are the favorite because you got three of the best one-on-one players in our game right now. And it seems like these guys love each other and they protect each other and they have others back. Even though Kai's going through what he's going through, you don't hear KD or James Harden beating his back out saying, oh, you know what, we're not going to worry about Kyrie Irving. We got other guys on the team. What you heard from Joel Embiid. They believe that they need him to win a championship. So I do think that if Kai is there, it kind of makes their chances better. But I can't put a X on them and say they won't make it, especially when you got KD and James Harden on your roster.
Let's talk about the Lakers beginning their season tonight at home, hosting the Golden State Warriors. They have their new big three. The Nets just have the big two right now. The Lakers do have their new big three, and LeBron, AD, and now Russell Westbrook. Now, last season at the end of it, it was all about health. They were not healthy. What needs to go right for the Lakers to win the title this season?
Well, you said it, Amanda. They have to be healthy. I mean, I know what it feels like once I hit 33, 34 years old. Father Time caught up on me. I mean, I was going out. I was, I was having injuries that usually takes me 1 week to recover. It was taking me now 6 weeks just because of age and miles. And LeBron James and Russell Westbrook, these guys got a lot of miles on them. They don't have a whole lot of tread on them tires. But LeBron James always surprises us each year with his ability to come out and play at a high level and an MVP level. So if this team can stay healthy, I really like this Lakers team's chances of getting there. But also they got to be able to knock down shots. LeBron James is always used to playing with a point guard that wouldn't be as great as Russell Westbrook, especially in transition, but they can knock down threes. So my question is, can this team being able to knock down big shots, especially three-point shots, especially late in the season when teams really start to shrink the floor on them? Yes, they brought in a lot of veterans, a lot of guys that understand how to play. Bringing in Rondo back to this team, having Avery Bradley would help defensively on the wing, because defensively, I don't think they have the same type of perimeter players defensively in the past that they can to lock down guys. But Trevor Ariza has been out so far in this season, so hopefully that this team can be better defensively on the perimeter, make shots, and if they can stay healthy, I like their chances of getting back to the NBA Finals.
The team they're going up against tonight, the Golden State Warriors, looking to get back to that championship caliber. We're still waiting for the return of Klay Thompson. It will be at some point. We're waiting on that anxiously. But can they get back to that point? What do you see the outlook there for Golden State?
Amanda, I just don't see it. I just don't see this team making it back to the NBA Finals. I mean, I do see them playing great basketball and maybe being the top 5-6 seed in the Western Conference, but I just think that other teams done caught up to them. The surgence of the Phoenix Suns and their ability to get the ball up the floor. Chris Paul has been a huge addition to that ball club. I just don't see them getting back to there. Jordan Poole has been great for them. Another wing player guy that's really been playing great in preseason. His ability to shoot the ball and knock down shots will really help them. Adding Andre Iguodala back to the team, but Andre Iguodala is not the same Andre Iguodala of years past. So I just feel as though they're a top 5 seed. I don't see them being able to contend with the Lakers and some of the better teams in the Western Conference, but they still should be exciting.
They should be exciting. You may not have faith. I just left San Francisco, and I tell you what, they are pumped up to watch Golden State this year. Either way, it's going to be a lot of fun. It is so nice to see you, Rip Hamilton. The season getting underway tonight, and that means we will see your face a lot in the coming weeks and months. So here are the opening games tonight. You get the Nets and Bucks. That begins at 7:30 Eastern. Right after that, Warriors at Lakers. We'll see if the Lakers and all their age can stay healthy.
Want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis. No yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.